Did you have anything more to say about this play, and also where do you think it ranks in your plays?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a great play. It's one of these things. They're sort of. I mean, how do I compare this play, for example,
I
with?
think that it's easier to compare it to like the Genghis Khan plays.
Yeah,
I would say that this is a richer play overall than the Genghis Khan plays.
it may be in certain aspects, but how do I compare that to, say, the play that I did about the crazy sisters and the girl where Danny's a young boy and there's the fat girl and she's got the mother and I mean, that's a great play. Even if I go back to, for example, my second play, If God Were Alive. I mean, that's a great standard, straightforward play. I mean, it's a great play. When I look at that and look, I can say, man, that has a richness. But again, I'm doing more because I'm bringing more to it. Because this is my 61st. Was this my 60th? This is my 60th play. So I'm on my 61st play that I'm writing now. So I have more to use. But that doesn't, it's that doesn't make the other plays not great. It's just a lesser greatness. And if I'm writing play 80 or play 100, hopefully, the best of those plays will be better than these plays because I'll have 20 or 30 or 40 plays that I've written in between. And again, that's you have to push yourself. And when we were talking privately too about the will to write and the desire to write, you have to just keep doing writing. You have to engage the art as much as you can. I mentioned this actor that I interviewed yesterday, and while I don't believe in his own personal philosophy, I have to give him credit. He does, and he's totally committed to it. And whether you think he's a great painter or a great writer of these runes of tarot, or whether you think he's a good actor or not, is beside the point in the sense that he believes that, and he's fully committed. And so I have to give him props on that level, even if I don't buy his overall life philosophy. And this is one of the things that is very hard for people to do is that even if you don't, for some reason, if you're one of these trolls online that don't like me, you can't say that I don't put forth or I'm not engaging people because there's no artist I know of that does more than me and that consistently does so oftentimes with a hand tied behind my back. It's like swimming the backstroke with just one arm because I don't have the luxury that a lot of artists throughout a lot of some of the greater artists have had. I'm not like Eugene O'Neill that I can spend 6 months in Florence, to write a play. I've got this play I wrote in 2.5 weeks with maybe a week or so of setup, so probably 3 weeks or so. Less than a month that I wrote it from beginning to end in terms of conceiving it. I was writing some of the ideas down as I was finishing up the novel, and same thing with the Gawain play here. I started that, I think on the 23rd, and today is what, the 29th. So with 6 days, 7 days of actual major writing with a week or so of setup. I'll be done in 3 or 4 days at the most, and this is a little bit longer of a play, but it's got some repetitions to it, the way I did with that play that I had, Janelle's Red Yaya, where some of the scenes of Gawain is on a quest post Green Knight, and we get a little bit further each time we encounter Sir Gawain on his quest. And then there's dream sequences too that are good because we one of Gawain's brothers, Gaheris, is wanting to be a knight. He's only in his mid-teens. He's 15 or 16, and then this is what and but I won't get into that. But one of the things too I do is I put these characters in realistic time frames. King Arthur here, uh, he's shown as having come when he's 6 or 7 in around 430 A.D. And the play ends about 15 years later. So he's in his early 20s. He's 21 or 22 when he's ascended to be king. Now you'd say that's a young king. But in those days, that would have been the equivalent of being in his early 30s nowadays because of the shorter lifespans. And in the second play, King Arthur is about 24. Launcelot is 22. King Arthur maybe 23. Sir Gawain is 24 or 25. And he's considered a veteran. He's considered closing in on middle age. So I have these realistic time frames for these characters, which is why Merlin is seen as a wizard or something because he's clearly an old man, probably 60 or so when he finds Arthur. By the time Arthur has become king, he's probably 75, which is old, but not super old in our day. But it's mind-bogglingly old in that time, and he probably is going to end up living to 80, 90 or more, and so forth. So this is another good thing to bring it to make it a bit more realistic, and that's part of the Cassavetesizing of these Camelot characters, is to make them more real within their own universes, and more real in the way they interact.